Want to win money on sports? With Underdog, you can win up to 1,000 times your cash just by picking higher or lower on your favorite players' stats. Millions of fans have won billions of dollars on Underdog. Will you be next? Download the Underdog app and sign up to get a free pick with your first cash entry up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP, 1-800-639-8783, or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, Happy Friday! Then you check your phone quickly and discover today is actually Friday. So yes, Happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Another episode of the Saints Block Party podcast. We are week 14 of the NFL season. Got five more, whatever. I don't even know how many more games left after this Sunday. We will be previewing the Saints taking on the New York Giants in New Jersey. But this is going to be a very fun, informational podcast episode as, some news or some rumblings came out from Jeremy Fowler regarding Mickey Loomis and, his status as Saints GM, and more than likely that's going to remain the same. And, some things that came out post-game after the Rams with Derek Carr, and maybe some, him audibling calls or just got some stuff to talk about, right? Just got some stuff to talk about. I kind of want to start with the Mickey Loomis piece, because I feel like that's such a big piece of everything. If you're watching this on YouTube, we appreciate you. Like and subscribe. We're trying to put this on Twitter. Okay, so it's on Twitter now. But I'm going to start there, and I'm actually going to pull up exactly what it said. I think I had it up, waiting for you to get on. I was trying to get a little organized. Let's see if this works, so we can read it word for word. Look at that. Boom. There you go. All right. Doing things. Okay. So this is Jeremy Fowler from ESPN. The early belief among league insiders is that Mickey Loomis has had a good chance to remain as Saints general manager. There's probably some people in the Saints front office listening to me read this, and they're like, what? These niggers can read? Anyway, that's not 100%, but that's what people in the know on these sorts of things are predicting. The Saints have traditionally valued connectivity and familiarity, which can be a factor in the interview process. Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, a Saints defensive back coach from 2016 to 2020, is expected to get a look in New Orleans. Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady, a Saints offensive assistant from 2017 to 2018, and the LSU offensive coordinator. we were just talking about this in the Discord, bro. When Joe Burrow led the Tigers to a national championship is a logical name as well. And an intriguing candidate would be Broncos defensive coordinator Vance Joseph, who is from the New Orleans area. The Saints will likely cast a proverbial wide net, but I think their tendency towards familiarity is noteworthy.
Perfectly said.
Shout out to TC, $4.99 super chat weekly. We are in hell comment. That said, thank you for what you fellas do and keep up the great work. Thank you very much, TC. Feels like it's going to be a long offseason ahead of us. However, here's the thing that I guess I think the chances of Mickey Loomis being ousted wasn't very high.
Oh no.
But the thing that I want to know as a fan, and we're not going to really know, maybe I'll know, maybe I'll put it on here if I find out, is Mickey Loomis. I want to know if he's willing to be the GM and he hires the head coach, and he lets the head coach be the head coach, right? That was not the case with Dennis Allen. And Dennis Allen was not a good head coach at all. But Dennis Allen didn't really have much power in the organization, even as a head coach. And I kept trying to tell people that. The whole thing regarding Spencer Rattler starting, the person that finally signed off, that okayed it wasn't Dennis Allen. It was Mickey Loomis. Mickey Loomis had to sign off on it before the whole process started. And so I hope it's not a situation where whoever he hires, and I think he wants to hire like a puppet, like someone that he could just, puppeteer and blah, 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 blah. And I hope whoever he hires, if it's an Aaron Glenn or whoever it is, they like, nigga, who's you? you an executive. You exec, I coach. That's my fear, and that's the biggest question I have going into this offseason.
It's the ultimate question. And the thing, what Mickey Loomis likes to say is they felt like they could develop Dennis Allen into a great head coach. Like, that's the type of ego we talking about. You're a suit. You're a suit. You're a suit. Like, you are a suit who sits at a desk, and you think you could develop a head coach, a football coach. That's not your job. That is not the general manager's job. Your job is to facilitate. Your job is to manage the organization, But yes, good organizations do develop coaches, like the good organizations do.
Yeah.
But you can't. Head coach is it's not somebody you just come up with like, okay, we gonna develop him to a head coach. Yes, look, when you become a head coach, you definitely need to become better. Sean Payton became a better head coach from when he started to years later.
Don't get sorry about that nigga right now. Nigga got a whole developed a whole ass defense and a young quarterback just cooking, nigga.
In one season, bro. Get the fuck out my face, man. Smack the shit out of Sean Payton, bro.
Anyway.
All right. But yeah, it's like whoever comes in here, I don't care who it is, and how you do it, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because the relationship between a head coach and GM is very important, and if it goes bad, it's bad for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If that relationship is not working, the whole team, you start having factions going against each other. You don't want that. You got to find a way to collaborate together, but still like challenge each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I want to piggyback off that because I want to stay with that of terms of challenging each other, but I want to be careful and parse how I say this. But there's a strong chance that Mickey Loomis would want to bring back Derek Carr as the quarterback for the Saints if the Saints get to a certain number of wins this season. Which, aside, it's just awful thinking. Like, when you talk about looking beyond the results, there isn't a player in the league that you need to look beyond the results more with than Derek Carr.
Oh, my God. He is the epitome of looking beyond the results.
Right? I digress. My question is, if Mickey Loomis is going to be in these head coaching interviews, and let's say he's straddling the incoming head coach with Derek Carr as starting quarterback, what if the candidate says, you know what, Mickey, I've seen Derek Carr in the league over the last couple of years, and I'm not impressed. I've played against him as a defensive coordinator. I played against him as a blah, 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 and he doesn't inspire me as a starting quarterback in the NFL. So while he's on the team, when training camp comes around, I'm going to hold an open quarterback competition. I'm not going to name a quarterback starter. I'm not going to tell the media who the starting quarterback is, because right now there is no starting quarterback, and we're going to have an open competition, and whoever wins the competition in training camp and in preseason is going to be the starting quarterback. So if a candidate comes out and says that in an interview, then what is Mickey's response going to be? Because if it's going to be, well, then you're not going to be the head coach of the Saints. Oh my God, that is
we're in a dark place then. We're in a dark place then. That if that's the situation where I hope other people are being interviewed, in the interview meeting. You know what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, bro, and I hope Loomis ain't like that. I hope he ain't that bad. I hope he ain't that bad.
Part of me feels like I feel like he can't be that bad because he, to some degree, obviously had to sign off when Jeff Ireland wanted to trade up and draft Michael Penix in top 10 of the draft, right? So that, to some degree, tells me that he's open to it, but it's just my thing of, and I've already said this, it's a scary thing. Like, I've been told this. I've been told these Saints are, of all the head coaching opportunities that are going to be open in the NFL, the Saints are the worst destination and least destination that people will want to come to. When you think about it, makes sense. Cap space. Who are the talented players? Potentially having Derek Carr, dealing with Mickey Loomis. It's dark, bro. Dark, bro.
Dark. I get it. I get it. It wouldn't shock me whatsoever. The only selling point I think the Saints have is it's in the NFC South. The GM owner seemed pretty patient. It's not like the Raiders where you find the coach every year or the Jets or whatever. That's about it. It ain't really much. You strapped with salary cap, issues. The roster, man, I was just sitting back this week just looking at the roster.
Talk about it,
I was comparing it to 2022 when Sean Payton left, looking at the roster to looking at the roster now and just going one for one each position. And I was like, wow, the team's actually worse.
Ooh,
it's actually worse since 2022. And that's the GM's job. Say what you want about Dennis Allen. That is the job of the GM and the scouting staff. And the team is, at best, it's even. It's the same. But even the good players you had 2022, they're still on the team and they're older now, Right. Cam Jordan's not the same player. DeMario Davis is not the same player. Tyrann Mathieu not the same player. Taysom Hill, we know what happened to him, but it's Alvin Kamara, luckily, is flourishing right now, but he's on the tail end of his career at least. And then you look at the young players, Fuaga, that looks like a hit.
Yes.
Brissy, we can go back and forth about, how good he is, but he's at least showing something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He's showing something that you can build on.
Brissy might mess around and get double-digit sacks as a defensive tackle, Ryan.
He's second in sacks as a DT, and he might end up number one. Number one.
Whatever, bro. Anyway.
I'm just saying, he has warts. I'm not saying he doesn't have warts.
Yes, he does.
But I'm saying that's something, but he's a part of the young core going forward. Who else? Latte Taylor. It's man, it's not a lot of young pieces to build on going forward. So you're going to need
a lot at all, bro.
Not a lot, bro. I'm geez. And just to say that you starting from 2022, this reset, this is when we're restarting. And you didn't go anywhere. You didn't go anywhere.
Well, let's keep going with that thought. A big reason why they didn't go anywhere, largely, is because they wanted to keep continuity, right? And let's fast forward 2 years. 2 years later, and I feel like I can say this out loud. Everyone in the Saints front office organization would like a clean, fresh start. Meaning no ties to the former regime, no ties to Sean Payton. I don't think it's a slight at Aaron Glenn. I don't think it's a slight at anyone, but it's just, they've been through it. They've been through it, and everyone wants some new. Can we get a little new? It might not work out. It may not work out, but at least it's new. And the only person in the Saints front office who is still so determined to keep the continuity and going with familiar is Mickey Loomis. And this is not to say Aaron, this is being hypothetical, right? This is not to say Aaron Glenn might not be the guy come in, completely change the change the culture again for the second time, because Sean came in and changed it again, build a program. He might be that person, but there is hesitancy of all the executives of wanting to just start anew and afresh. Another thing kind of tied to that, though, man, they might be limited in being able to start anew, bro. Like, they might have to go with someone that they know, because it's just not, it's not a destination people want to come to. It just isn't.
You might have to hope you get lucky, with the musical chairs, how they work out. Maybe a guy that, because we keep talking about like, oh, Aaron Glenn. Shit, Aaron Glenn might get snatched up by somebody else.
Shit.
Might be a hot ticket and get a nice paycheck and get on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So you might be left like looking at just the bottom three who left, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like Joe Brady, Darren Rizzi, like.
And look, they might be the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of those might be the guy.
They might be,
you just don't know, but you can't go in it hyper with tunnel vision, fixated with tunnel vision, thinking I want my coach to keep this player, or I want my coach to do this. No, you got to let them. You got to pretty much let them run the roster. Yes, you got to do the scouting. Yes, you got to do your input. But if he comes in there and is like, look, man, I can't start Derek Carr. You the business guy. Okay, we can't cut him because of cap, dead money, this and that. Okay, but I'm not playing him. He going to sit on the bench. Y'all got to figure out the business side. But I'm going to start Spencer Rattler. I'm going to start this third-round pick quarterback we drafted, or whatever. Or maybe you bring in a veteran
Ryan
quarterback. Ryan Tannehill, something like that. Whatever. You got to let that coach make that decision, because it's just too important, man. It's too important. And please, can we have some long-term thinking in the building?
Please.
Outside of maybe we can compete and win the NFC South. Let's think a little bigger than that. Like, let's think, how can we win championships? How can we be a contender every year? How?
Something that Sean did every season, no matter where the Saints finished, is he watched the playoffs and he saw the teams. He said, we need, how can I build my team to be back then it was the Patriots, the Eagles, the 49ers, the teams that were the cream of the crop, right? So whoever this head coach is, they got to, okay, in the NFC, we got to figure out how we got to be Detroit Lions. Meaning, and this is just be on the spot, right? Detroit Lions got two bookends. Yes, they do a lot of passing, but the bulk of their offense is really devised off having a very strong run game and playing action off that run game. So what does that mean? I got to build my defense to be able to stop the run to make Detroit one dimension. Like, that's just simple shit, Ryan. It's just simple shit, bro. Detroit. How you got to beat Detroit? How you going to beat the Eagles, right? The Eagles beat the Saints 2 years in a row. How'd they beat them? Well, Saquon Barkley. They got an elite O-line. What? The Eagles can run the ball really.
Mobile quarterback, man.
It's just very simple shit. But if you're, like, to your point, if you're just saying we got to just win, we got to get 8 wins, we got to get 9 wins and get the NFC.
But who sets that overall strategy and the framework? Like you said, Sean Payton, he's setting the framework. Hey, I want big corners. I want a Seattle style defense. Like, we know that didn't work out, but I'm just saying, like, at least.
I understood the process behind it.
Exactly. Even going back in the day when he was having problems with the cover 2 type defenses.
Yep.
Go and get big tight ends that can work in the middle of the field. Having trouble with 3-4 defenses. That was an issue early in the show.
It was fine, bro.
Fine. Figured that out. It's like you got to have a CEO type head coach that could see the entire game on, like, hey, how do we win every week? What are the different type of ways that we win every week? Yes, everybody wants to be physical. Everybody wants a run game. Everybody wants an explosive pass game. Everybody wants that. We know
everybody,
that.
Bro.
But specifically, how do we win every week? It's hard to do. Like, the great coaches are great because they figure out how to do that. You know what I'm saying? They figure out how to win most of the games. Different opponent. We saw the Broncos get the shootout. This past they have been. Everybody looked at them like, okay, this is a team that the defense has to carry
right
throughout the season. Now they're flipping it. Defense struggles a game. They got Bo Nix out there slinging that thing.
Offense got to go win it.
Offense got to go win it. That's what team building is, man. You can't have a team the game has to go this way for this to win. No, you're gonna struggle living like that, boy.
That is a Derek Carr led team.
100%. Everything got to be perfect, Derek Carr. Perfect. That's the thing. Derek Carr is a pretty good quarterback if he has great protection, a great run game, good pass catchers, good defense, good special teams, good kicking game. Yeah, he's a pretty good quarterback. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he is.
You raised all those fucking qualifiers.
Okay, go get me Tyrod Taylor. Yeah.
Like Mahomes, like, nigga, I wish.
You go get me Tyrod Taylor, bring Teddy Bridgewater back with all that shit. Like, damn.
Let me catch up on the chat real quick, and then we'll go into the Derek Carr thing before we actually get into the breakdown. Our dude Gilk said, man, Joe Brady would be such a wild decision. Seems unearned by him to even be considered to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel a little weird. Drew Donaldson said, oh, he deleted his message. My bad, Drew. Okay. Dante said, I feel of all the candidates, Glenn has the biggest bust potential. Interesting. Lob 32 City, Saints Giants, $90 to sit behind the visitors' bench. I'm in Jersey. Should I pull up? Little annoyed because I paid a little more than that, but around maybe probably like $100, like $15 more than that for me and Jay, because we're not in the visitors' bench, but we close 133, right behind. So anyway, I want to make this segue. We talk about Derek Carr, then we'll go hit our break with our sponsor, then we'll come back and actually preview the Giants game, even though I don't even know there's a lot to preview. Darnell said, are the Saints interested in Milroe? I don't know. Drew Donaldson, Saints have gotten slower at linebacker and dog shit stopping the run on the inside. Defense used to take pride in stopping the run.
Go on, bro.
Can I just take a quick aside? And we haven't talked about this a lot on the podcast this season because we have our own shit to talk about as Saints fans. This Zach Bond thing is
it's like in your face. It's like every time I open Twitter. Get alone.
Like we saw him going off to New England or Steelers and having like being a good rotational player, maybe like a spot starter.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga went to the Eagles and has become one of the best linebackers in football.
Make it make sense, Adam. Make it make sense for me.
This nigga is now good in coverage. Good in coverage all of a sudden, bro. Like I know.
Remember that Green Bay game? After it was that Green Bay game. Maybe it was the Ravens game. No, it was the Green Bay game. He was put in like coverage and he was getting worn out on those boot actions, bro.
Worn out, bro.
Bro, I don't.
I can't figure it out.
He might end up being an All-Pro at linebacker this year, right?
He's
not first time, and if not first team, second team All-Pro linebacker. Zach fucking Bond, bro.
I think he is, bro. I mean, his stats are amazing, bro. I was looking at his statistics. I'm like, God damn, this boy is balling. And what's so funny about it is, when they drafted him and they said they were going to put him at off-ball linebacker, we were like, what?
We were, bro.
And
we were gassed by it.
And our whole time was like, man, like, why don't you use him as a pass rusher? He goes to the Eagles as an off-ball linebacker and flourishes. So I'm just like, what is happening here? And it kind of like, okay, I guess the scouting was right. I mean, they had that right. So everything between
right, then to me, that's a direct reflection on, man, I can't. Oh, bro, if we gonna be in this, we gonna be at the Senior Bowl, credentials pending. I swear to God, I don't care if it's someone on the Eagles, I don't care if it's someone on the Saints. I'm asking them, why did Zach Bond have the season that he did with the Philadelphia Eagles this season that he was unable to have with the Saints for the last 4 years? I need to know, nigga. I need to know.
What happened? What happened, bro?
Luke said, I see Eagles people trying to sell bonfire merchandise. Run us our royalties. Give Joey his royalties. Give Joey his royalties. God damn it.
Joey Flag deserves his ends for that, man.
Please. It's just insane, bro. Every time I'm turning on Red Zone or the Eagles in prime time, this nigga just flying all over the field. His ball head. I'm glad he got rid. He was holding on to it a little bit. I'm glad he got rid of that shit because it was looking rough.
What's crazy is though, like we had Caden Ellis and Zach Baldwin on the roster.
On the roster, bro.
And we sitting there looking at our linebackers like, damn, we suck again. Like, oh no, we suck again. It's like he had these young guys. Jesus. Self-scouting, man. Like, man, self-scouting. If you could conquer self-scouting in the NFL, that'll take you a long way. Take you a long way, man.
So long. Drew said Saints need a coach who pushes the assistants and the players, a coach who coaches the players hard on the game at practice, even if the opponent is just weak. Flip the damn script. Hopefully. Jake said, like going to high school with Alexis, Texas. I'm not gonna even talk about my Alexis, Texas story I have. Anyway,
Lord, I ain't heard that one.
It's nothing super spicy, but let's talk about the Derek Carr thing.
Is she racist? Or is that
that's a whole
industry thing?
That's a whole thing that I feel like we should get my dude CJ on and we could really talk about it because it's like, is someone racist if they don't want to do interracial scenes? Does that make them racist?
It's an industry thing. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway. Derek Carr. Jashawn said, no, she's taking black shit now? Listen. Hey. I will say, though, this is completely different side of Adam coming out that I try to keep locked away. It's very interesting to me that in the industry, a female performer typically gets paid more for their first interracial scene.
It's very fascinating, bro.
Isn't that fascinating? It's like, is our dicks worth more? I don't know. Anyway, Wayne said instant demonetization. No. But Derek Carr, he seems to be back to his audibling self, bro. It's audibling self.
Like, who told you to change goddamn play, boy?
So last year, Pete Carmichael offense, Derek Carr was just audibling plays all over, bro. Just all of them plays. And this was told to me. Like, I know this for sure. The Texans game that we were at, you had to leave early when they were in the red zone to be able to, take a lead in the game, maybe? They had 4 downs. He audibled every 4 plays, bro. All 4 plays he audibled, and they were just disaster plays, okay? I think at the end of last season, at some point, they're like, nah, bro, whatever Pete calls, you're going to have to go out there and run it. Going to this offseason, going to training camp, we heard that he wasn't going to really be audibling plays. Like, it was going to be blah, blah. And that seemed to be, that's what was happening, right? He wasn't really audibling plays and changing, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if when it changed, if it was after the bye week or what, but now it seems like I don't know if audibling is like the correct term, but maybe he's giving like 2 plays, right? He's giving 2 plays, and if he sees a certain look, he can change the play that's called to the second play.
He can't even handle that, bro.
You can go back and watch our Zoom live stream against the Rams. Every time he was making checks at the line, all of us was like, oh, Lord, here we go.
No.
So then it comes out, shout out to our dude, MBS, Marcus Cannon, who put this out. And then Darren Rizzi was like, well, he didn't really do an audible. He did a check. I'm like, no, Darren, don't do that. Don't do the DA shit. Don't do DA. But MBS was like, yeah, he changed the play. He thought it was man? He thought it was man. So the play that was called was a zone beater, if I remember correctly. Play was called a zone beater. Derek Carr goes in the huddle, thinks it's man, so he changes the play to like a passing concept that would beat man. And then the Rams dropped into a zone, and he still had 4 seconds, right? He still had 4 seconds. MVS is wide open. Bro, this man was the Jake Paul and Tyson just buffering, bro. Just
we used to turn the PlayStation on, just stuck there loading. Just like...
This is the quarterback that Mickey Loomis is insisting to bring him back, bro. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, bro. And what was funny is, like, we were like, man, please don't put a tight end on Jared Verse or whatever. And poor Foster was fighting for his life out there. Got that man 4 seconds. Bro.
He held up for 4 seconds. Freshman rule. This man beat cancer and then held up against Jared Verse for 4 seconds, and Derek Carr still couldn't hit a man who was wide open.
If you go watch the rep, man, Foster had him run the whole arc, brought him all the way around. And Carr just... And what drives me crazy, and everybody noticed this, like there's like this huge area of space, like right in front. Like the whole play is on the front side, so that he doesn't even have to look over here. All the players right here, all the players are right there. So all you got to do is at least can you step up a little bit, run and throw something. But he just... And it's not nothing new. We see this time and time again. This is the Derek Carr experience, man. We've seen this over and over and over and over. It's just like, I don't know what else y'all want me to say. Yes, I'm sure you could find EPA and completed yards over expected and this and that, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure you can find those stats and they look good and all that. I watched the game. I watch the actual game every week.
Every single fucking snap of Derek Carr for almost 2 fucking seasons, bro.
Like, I don't want to hear none of that shit. I watch. And I know what good quarterback play looks like. I know what it looks like. So I know what it doesn't look like either. That ain't good quarterback play, bro. It ain't, man.
It's not, bro.
That shit was hilarious, though, bro. It's like, what are you doing, man?
The Michael Lombardi quote on it just had me, bro.
He was high as us, bro. He was like you can't even, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? So you cannot win with this guy. That's what he said. His quote: "You can't win with this guy.
Can't do it.
You're not gonna win."
Lob32C says he may be the most boring quarterback to watch in the league right now. I just need someone that's entertaining at this point. That's why, like, when I know people, like, there are a lot of people who like can't, like, just is like appalled about the idea of like Jalen Milroe being drafted by the Saints. At least I know I beat, like, will there be some disasters on Sunday?
Oh, no question.
Absolutely. But would there be like some plays where he busted a 60-yard run for a touchdown and some? Dante said MVS knows a good quarterback play too, which is why he threw him under the bus. Man, play with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
MVS I play with AR. I didn't play with all these guys.
Oh, like, shit, yeah, him too.
So it's like, and he just, he team to team at this point. So he like, shit, I don't care. Say what I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? I know he was just like, damn, this boy dumb. Damn, it's a dumb quarterback. You 11 years in the league?
All right, let's get over to our sponsors at Underdog Fantasy and hear from them, and then we will be back to actually talk about the Giants and Saints. Saints game. We'll be back after our sponsor.
Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are cold? Make your entries in just a few taps and turn your sport opinions into real money. Wide receiver hurt? Every dog deserves a second chance. And with Underdog Rescues, you can get your money back and receive a promo if any early injury causes your entry to lose.
I love Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the best place to play champions. So sign up and deposit now using promo code block party to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Download the app today and use the code block party to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, download the app today and use the code block party to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Will Derek Carr throw for over 75 yards, higher or lower? You decide using Underdog Fantasy.
Download the app today and use code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Higher or lower, you make the call on Underdog. Must be 18 years or older, 19 or older in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text Next Step to 53342. In New York, call 24/7-HOPE-LINE at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, Happy Friday! Then you check your phone quickly and discover today is actually Friday. So yes, Happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.
We are back. We currently have 29 concurrent viewers on right now. We appreciate y'all very much because we are recording this Wednesday night, 8:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Central time. Appreciate y'all. Let's talk about this Giants game. I'll be there. My first time at MetLife, my first time back in New York / New Jersey since like 2012. Got some good seats. Really excited to get some really good pictures for the podcast more than anything, honestly. This should be a game that the Saints win. Mark said it's going to be 28 that day, Adam. I will be there no matter what. It should be a game that the Saints win. Drew Lock announced to be the starter, so we don't get Danny DeVito starting at quarterback. Sounds like Kendra is going to be back. Can Kendra just shut up and just play?
Shut up. Stop talking.
Please.
Let the dog out. You ain't make it through a quarter season. 1 quarter. Like,
Please.
let's go out there and perform, bro. Hey.
Please. Shut us up, bro. Shut us up. Dexter Lawrence hurt on IR. Giants rookie tight end who was looking good. Theo Johnson out of Penn State on IR. So he's hurt too. This is where that I go back and forth because I'm going to be there, so I want them to win, right? I want them to win. But I also know that the more that they win, that the more that also may mean that Derek Carr is going to be on the team. But this should be a game that they should win. They should be able to run the ball with AK. The Taysom injury hurts, but they get Kendra back. I know Eric McCoy was a limited practice today, so he might be back for this game. Go out and win this game. It's not going to help your draft position at all, but go out and win this game, and then maybe lose all of the rest of the next ones, and I don't really care.
Yeah, seriously. Look, teams are kind of even. Look, Drew Lock, he's not very good, but he's a good athlete. He could take off and run. He has a good arm. It wouldn't shock me if he can get cooking with Malik Neighbors and
You know,
Wardell Robinson or whatever.
LSU, Louisiana-born players love showing off against the Saints, bro. Love
it, man. So none of that would surprise me. Theo Johnson, that hurts. Their running game, not great, but I mean, look, Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, he got some juice, bro.
Yeah, he got juice. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. Like, I mean, this could be a game, bro. Like, I don't expect the Saints to go up there and just like mollywop them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's going to probably feel similar to the Bears game we were at last season.
Mm-hmm. Well, just like, damn.
Like that first half, it was like, these niggas going to win?
Are they going to win this game?
These niggas are going to win?
And then pause the Debo started picking off balls, and it's like, okay. Yeah.
Jay Sean said, Derek Carr said the Saints have players that can fit Taysom Hill's role. Nigga, where?
What you talking about, bro? Shut up. Shut up, too. Be quiet, too, Stan.
It's funny because I know he's had some missteps, but and I don't think he'd be an option just because of just familiarity. And I don't even know if the Giants are going to let him go, but I think they probably will. But like, I feel like Brian Daboll would be just a good candidate. Like, if I think like a good person that could come in and be kind of build what the Saints need. Like, I would prefer the Saints were to hire Brian Daboll over, say, like a Joe Brady, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
so
he's interesting, bro.
He is. He's very interesting, and I always go back.
And I don't know what to think about him, like, because like he has that 2022 season where that was a bad team, and he got him to the playoffs, bro. Like, I don't care what nobody says.
Not only got him to the playoffs, got a playoff win, bro.
That was a bad team, bro. Like, nobody expected that team to be good. But then, like, I was reading this article earlier, just pretty much like doing an autopsy on like the last 10 years of the Giants or whatever. Because I was just curious, like, damn, why are the Giants this bad? They've been bad for a while now. And it just went through the whole thing of, just all the different GM hires. You had Gettleman come in there. Then he was getting into it with Joe Judge. You had Pat Shermer. You had McAdoo. Then you got this new regime come in. Joe Judge. Then you got Joe Schoen come in and Brian Daboll. They supposed to work together, and that first season kind of caught them by surprise because they go to the playoff with a playoff game, and they were, Joe Schoen was kind of looking like, okay, we're gonna slow build this thing, but then they win a playoff game. It's like, shit. They thought they were better than they were by winning that playoff game. Even he admits that.
Self-scouting.
And so they paid Daniel Jones and all that stuff. Self-scouting, man. Like, go back to it, bro. Like,
goes back to it, bro. I was saying the ballsy thing, yet the right thing that the Giants should have done after that playoff run is that they should have let Daniel Jones walk. I said it.
Or at the very least, go test the market. Go get the number. You go see who's gonna pay you that money. You go ahead. You set a little number, a safe number that makes sense, and you come back to it or not. But to go and pay him 40-something, 45, 50 million a year. No, who else was gonna pay Daniel Jones that? Who? I just want to know who. Please tell me. Nobody.
Who else was going to pay Derek Carr $150 million?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
all back to scouting. It all goes back to scouting, bro. It all goes back to scouting. Period.
It all goes back, bro. And man, so it's just one of the things. I was like, damn, I hope the Saints don't end up like that. Where in 2030 we just looking back, just like, damn, like what
2030 we still haven't had a winning season. Our podcast still struggling because these niggas can't win. Haven't had a playoff appearance. Nigga, just like we couldn't have started a Saints podcast 2 years prior to.
Please. We still talking about the first two games of the 2024 season. Like, man, remember the first two games, boy? Remember you was in Dallas?
You, Paul, and Dante with the chilies. That's the worst thing. No, those was good times, bro.
Lob 32 City says, "Is Foskey still alive?"
I don't know. I really don't know. Like everybody getting snaps up him.
Everybody, Ryan. I was saying in the preseason, I was like, man, if they cut Legolas over Foskey, that's a crime, bro. Because at least in preseason, you see something from Legolas, bro. He gonna get 3 sacks in the preseason.
Get a little effort play or something. You gonna get a little effort sack. Foskey ain't getting you none of that. He ain't getting an effort sack, bro.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about the Giants game. We'll see if Tano plays. I feel like if he does, I'll give boost to the pass rush. The Giants offensive line is bad, bro. Like it is bad. And I know that the Saints pass rush has not been there. This should be to some degree a team that they should get some type of pass rush on. And get some heat on Drew Lock. What's your prediction? You're going with the win?
I'm gonna go with a win, man. I'm going with an ugly win though. It's gonna be like 20-16 or something. You know, Derek Carr gonna throw a pick, and it's gonna be one of the ugly wins where it's just like, you just got out of there with a dub, and it's like, okay, But I don't know. I'm hoping Alvin Kamara gets 107 yards rushing, so he can hit his 1,000-yard mark.
1,000 yards, yep.
For the first time in his career. Never had 1,000 yards. I just want to see that. I want to see. I would like to see the defense kind of just tighten up a little bit. Like, come on, man. This offense, like, go out there and
shut them down, bro.
Shut this offense down, bro. Shut them down. They ain't got Theo out there. Like, come on, man. Like, go ahead and spank this offense. Don't let this run game. You go out there and let Tyrone and all them guys run the ball on you, bro. It's like, it's going to be another long day. It's going to be
long
cold,
day,
too.
Bro.
It's going to be cold.
Me, bro. I'm going to be,
When we played in that cold weather, it was cold.
It was cold. Yeah, I think they pull it out. Like you said, I think it's gonna be an ugly win.
But if they don't win,
I wonder. I would just be interested to see if the Giants win, where that shakes up things in the draft order.
That's all I'm worried about.
Because that, bro,
like I be watching all these 3 and 2-win teams. Like, damn,
bro.
One of y'all win, please. Somebody win.
I'm pulling it up right now. So you said the Patriots, Patriots, Panthers, Jets, Titans, Cleveland all have 3 wins. And then Cincinnati, Chicago, and New Orleans all have 4 wins. So
same record as the Bengals. That's crazy.
That's crazy, Ryan. Crazy.
And then when you see how poor we're playing, it's like, damn, that's crazy.
To your point, though, we gotta stop with the whole, like you said, what Drew Brees was doing in those years. Like he was putting the team in positions to win, bro. It would be like a minute and 20 left on the clock, bro.
Minute 20 left, go ahead, touchdown, and we all sitting there like, damn, we about to lose.
We left too much time, bro. It was like it became a thing, bro. Too much time left.
I was like, 45 seconds left. Damn, too much time. And it'd be right. You'd be right every time.
Please stop comparing them. They're not the same.
No,
they're not the same,
bro. No.
But anyway, I think we kind of hit it all. Hit on Derek Carr. Hit on Mickey Loomis thing. Hit on the Giants preview. We will be back Sunday. I don't know what time yet because we gotta, we'd be taking the subway back to the hotel.
Woo.
We gotta pack. So
we'll record the recap pod on Sunday night, but don't know what time Sunday night. If you make sure you're following our Instagram page, our TikTok page. I am going to try my best to post as many pictures as I can during the game. Just the experience. It's going to be fun. I'm be bundled up and shit, but it's going to be fun as shit, and it's going to be a good time, man. Like, I'm not going for the Saints. I want to be clear with that. This trip is not specifically for the Saints. We are going to enjoy, New York, New Jersey.
New York, yeah.
Then the Saints just happen to be there. We'll watch the Saints game together, and then we'll come back on Monday. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. It's been a long season. The season's winding down. We have a couple of games left. We actually have a game this month. That's the Monday Night Football game against the Packers. Woo!
Lord have mercy. I just also want to say, look, we understand, like, this is the time of the year where people kind of lose interest in the Saints. But look, we're a Saints podcast. We're going to keep it popping. So, if you can, support us any way you can, whether that's liking this video, subscribing to our YouTube channel, subscribing to our Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Would it be even better if you become a Patreon member starting at $1? It's not just giving $1 away. You get access to the Discord. You get access to high quality episodes of this right here available to you with no ads. High quality audio versions available to you with no ads. Gifts, get to come to meetups, all kind of stuff just by becoming a Patreon. So please, go to patreon.com/Saints Block Party and just join us, become a part of this great community, because the community is awesome. Like, you can't,
awesome, man.
I put our community up against anybody, bro.
Anybody.
You cannot beat it.
Anybody.
Cannot beat it.
I will give our dude Gilk said the meetups can't be overpraised. They can't. I will say this, like, it is really trending. Like, we will be having a draft meetup in April. So
come on, Saint Patreon.com/Saints Block Party. Come through.
But we appreciate y'all being on, just being sickos. You listen to us talk football so late at night on a weekday. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back on Sunday recapping the game, Saints Giants. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back on Sunday. With that, we are out.
Peace.
How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, Happy Friday! Then you check your phone quickly and discover today's actually Friday. So yes, Happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.